In mid-November, we made it to our new home. It was surreal feeling the mist of the ocean air stick to my cheeks while processing that I'm not on vacation. Surprisingly, it only took about a month for it to feel more like home. We had a dream for years to live in a place neither of us have before, but we never had the opportunity as we were always tethered by obligations. In mid-2020, we set out a goal to leave the town I've called home for the majority of my life. I felt comfort in my foreseeable life, yet I craved so much more. I felt at times like I was a snowflake trapped in a snow globe, floating around in my environment only to dream what it was like to be outside of the walls. Once I graduated, it was right when the chaos of 2020 was starting to peak. Our obligations were finally lifted, yet our dream had to be tucked away as the safety of ourselves and others became our main priority. As the seasons passed, though, and this unprecedented time became the new norm, we shifted our outlook and figured we might as well try. We turned our dream into plans and our plans into actions, and suddenly things started falling into place. Before our path was all laid out, we experienced months of rejection and false hope and thought many times that we bit off more than we can chew. But we never let go. We continued pushing forward, and regardless of what hurdle lied ahead, we kept finding ways to climb it. It is so much easier to doubt yourself and remain stuck in your safe bubble. But you sort of have to ignore your instincts and keep going, and you will eventually see the change you're looking for. On November 20th, 2020, we finished packing the last of our belongings and said goodbye to what has been my home for the majority of my life. It felt equally sad as it did thrilling. At the time, I felt like I was throwing away my life, a life I was content with, one that we could never go back to, for the unknown. But now I am beyond thankful that we did. We drove across the entire state of California, and as I drove past familiar landscape and drove into uncharted territory, I felt the thrill of something new. And then suddenly, my familiar town filled with trees with changing leaves were replaced with tropical plants, moist air, and a beautiful, vast ocean. I couldn't stop thinking of this experience of starting this new chapter in such a beautiful place as refreshing. That word kept coming to mind as I began familiarizing myself with my new environment. I was in love with everything around me. I felt that things couldn't possibly get better. And then, suddenly, our world shattered. Just 2 short weeks into our new life, we lost our beloved dog to lung cancer. It hit us like a ton of bricks. And for a while after that, all the beauty around me was replaced with grief, and I felt like none of it mattered anymore. Her loss was so unbelievably unexpected, my soul still deeply aches. As time went on, and with every tear that was shed, the sting of her loss became more manageable to live with. Callie was an amazingly soulful, funny, bratty, and loving dog, and she changed my perspective on so many things in life. She taught me that pit bulls are so uniquely special, that love matters more than anything in this world, that I could see myself having children someday, and so much more. She loved water so much, and it had always been our dream to take her to the ocean one day, and I am so thankful that we were able to make that dream come true. Without realizing, we had such a short window of time to do so. As time continued on, and we learned that the grieving process never really ends, we decided to look for another dog to fill a microscopic fragment of the abysmal hole left in our hearts. So then we adopted a puppy, whose life began abandoned in a box in Tijuana. We decided to name her Ruby. Having a puppy is an experience I've never had before, but I think it is exactly what we needed right now. And that leaves us to where we are now, adapting to the many drastic changes we've experienced within the last few months. So, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.